BMW 850i, I think it's a 1991. I kind of mentioned in a previous video, but this car has not actually moved. We just pushed it from the parking spot that it's been at for 20 years. And obviously the car, as you can see, it's not been cleaned, hasn't been worked on. The only thing we did do is about a year ago, we did get the rim redone. We got brand new tires. The plan was originally to work on it last year, but honestly, we got a little lazy. So now we're actually going to start the process of getting this thing back on the road. But today we're just going to start it off. We're going to clean the car, see what it actually looks like underneath. I don't think there's any damage or anything, but it's going to be a really fun project that we're going to do over the winter. Okay, so when we actually looked at this car, we discovered that it has the AC Schnitzer body kit. So it has the front bumper, side skirt, and the rear bumper. Also has an aftermarket exhaust, which is pretty cool. But yeah, just in case you guys didn't know, this is a BMW 850i. So this is kind of like the Grand Touring car back in the day, similar to a Mercedes SL. The 840 had the V8, the 850 had the V12. So that's a pretty cool engine. It's kind of like two inline sixes put together. So it shouldn't be too hard to work on, but it should be very interesting to drive once we get it back on the road. Okay, so I don't personally know too much of the small details about these older BMWs. I know the overall stuff about them. And also, I'm not very good with actually working on cars. So I have my friend Neil here. He knows about those two things a lot better than me, so he'll help explain.
Hey guys, so as Roy mentioned, this car did come with the AC Schnitzer kit. One thing you'll notice is the rear diffuser. You'll also see the side skirts and along the front, it does have the front lip, all of which are really rare options. Even by today's standards, you'd be really hard pressed to find any of these parts, let alone the fit on this car is so perfect, so you can tell these actually came on the car from factory, making us believe that this could actually be an original AC Schnitzer E31, which is pretty exciting. One thing as well that you'll notice is the modified exhaust tips. A lot of people would think that this is aftermarket, but again, this is actually a factory option. During the production of these cars, you could actually option it out with a Remus exhaust. And again, when you sort of go to the front, you have regular E31 features. You will notice it's got a big single caliper. At the time, these calipers have the largest clamping force of any brake that you could get on an 80s or 90s BMW. And when you go into the interior, you'll actually notice a couple of cool features. One thing we sort of realized after the fact was the fact that it did have factory sport seats. Again, another pretty rare E31 option. And it also has, surprisingly intact, the original phone. Whether that works or not, we'll find out, but it is cool to see because by now, a lot of those parts have just been lost to time.
Okay, so now we're gonna wash the car to the wash bay, which is pretty convenient that we actually have a wash bay about 30 feet away from where the car was parked for 20 years. And we're gonna wash it up, see what it looks like clean. See, I don't think it needs any body work, I don't think there's any scratches, but now it's gonna be easier to work on it. You're not gonna get your hand super dirty just touching the body. Good, well, now you can see it.
Okay, I think that's good.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Okay, so that's it for the first video in the little series that we're going to do on this car. Today, honestly, we didn't even do a good job washing it. We just want to see what the car's like with no dust on it. But starting probably next weekend or whenever we get a chance to work on it again, we're going to actually start getting this car running, and we're hoping that within a few weeks we can actually have this car on the road. But the car looks a million times better right now than it did 10 minutes ago.